we welcome in on Fridays someone who gives us a sense of what to see, what to stream, watch on television. He's even a musicologist. He comes to us on a rainbow, sunshine. Michael Snyder, everybody, the Culture Blaster.
Hey, Michael.
Hey.
What's up, Culture Blaster?
Well, I'm just a little shell-shocked. I'm a little shell-shocked. You know,
huge Giants fan. Yeah,
I am a huge Giants fan. What I was going to say was, hey, go Niners. But instead I'm going to say what an amazing season by the local baseball club, the San Francisco Giants. I'm proud of them. You know, my fellow fans are in mourning right now, but next season looks like it's going to be a good one, and I'm not going to question those corrupt umpires. I won't question their corruption. It's evident. It's completely evident to me. I also want to do a quick shout-out to my fellow members of the Facebook group Let's Watch the Game, which was created by Bay Area producer and promoter Audrey Fain, and she handed off administrative duties to the great guitarist and composer Jeff Trott, now based in Nashville, but still a Giants loyalist. Jeff Trott co-wrote a bunch of Sheryl Crow's biggest hits. And his
cool.
For all of those hits, the hits he was most concerned with last night weren't coming from the Giants.
Yeah,
but Jeff was in the band Wire Train locally and was in the Anglo-American unit World Party. A great man, a nice man, and part of our Let's Watch the Game group.
What a great way to watch the Giants game. So you get people all over the country, you're saying, who share that same kind of connection to the Giants. They all watch while talking on Facebook? Or are you actually seeing each other? How does it work?
We could do that, but mostly people are just instant messaging. And, you know, the truth of the matter is that it's a sense of community. And, you know, we're there for the Giants and we're there for one another. And it's one of the only nice things I can say about Facebook. Okay. Hey, thanks, Facebook. Let's watch the game. Hey, by the way, speaking of the positives, delighted to announce that my pandemic spy thriller, No Time to Diet, was greenlit. I'm hoping to make a killing at the concession stands. I feel comfortable about that. I remember all we did was sit around on our couches.
Yes, that's the joke there, I think. I get it.
Boy, I got to beat the punchline to death. It's dead. One more quick piece of housekeeping. New Wave City's 25th anniversary party is happening this Saturday night, October 16th, at the Cat Club on Folsom. And DJs Shindog and Skip have been playing new wave dance rock hits of yore for the past couple decades, all your club favorites, and I'm very excited for them. It's a landmark. It's not quite the 30th, but oh my God, 29 years of doing it.
Will the mayor be there, Mayor London Breed?
I think.
Yeah, she loves that kind of thing, as you might be aware.
She might be giving them, I don't know, the golden headphones. I have no idea
I had
what's
a good
happening.
time at the Black Cat.
She might be at the Black Cat, you know.
I don't know about you and whether or not
I don't know about you, Michael,
who
but
Raphael Sadiq and Dwayne Wiggins are.
Are Raphael Sadiq and Dwayne Wiggins going to be there?
I think not. I'm afraid not. No.
All right, well, it's still probably a lot of fun. Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah, I'm excited for them. Anyway, there you go.
Well, we have such limited time after we've, kind of reviewed these things, but we love visiting with you no matter what. And I have to ask you one last time before you even get to your list. You liked the Bond film, right?
I did. I very much did. And I thought it was the 5th chapter in a 5-movie series. And
okay, I just want to double check because somebody texted me last night whose opinion I respect saying it was really long. And it didn't really work.
I think older people need to, like I said last time, they need to bring a bottle into the theater with them.
You did say that. That's absolutely true. All right, so what do you have for us this week?
Okay, let's kick off with The Last Duel. If you ever wanted to see Matt Damon kneel before his old pal Ben Affleck and Adam Driver, Star Wars Kylo Ren himself, fling a sword and a lance around like a lightsaber on the fritz, then The Last Duel is for you. It's a medieval drama of war, jealousy, and misogyny, written by Damon, Affleck, and indie feminist rom-com filmmaker Nicole Holofcener. Even though The Last Duel was directed by, Ridley Scott, a master of sweeping over-the-top action films, he couldn't drag the movie out of the Middle Ages muck. And with Damon and Affleck and their wonky accents involved, it seemed like goodwill jousting to me. I don't know. Based on the novel of the same name, The Last Duel is all about the vicious rivalry between a brave but single-minded knight and field commander, Jean de Carouge, and a clever, manipulative squire and courtier, Jacques Legris.
Don't talk to me that way.
Who compete for the respect, land, and power that can be granted to them by their wealthy, hedonistic, aristocratic liege, Count Pierre de Alençon. I think that's it. Anyway, yeah, that's right. Damon plays a guy named de Courage, and Affleck plays a guy named de Alençon. There's already something hinky going on here. Anyway, there's a woman in the middle, and she's wedded to the knight and coveted by the squire. The knight's wife, Marguerite, is played by Jodie Comer of Killing Eve and Free Guy, and she's very good here. And we see the conflict between the knight and the squire through scenes written by Damon and Affleck, while the scenes from the wife's perspective were written by Holofcener, all of which include the male perception of a woman as little more than property, as was the case in those less than enlightened times, and none of which makes the fixation on and the treatment of the woman seem less exploitive or more acceptable to fixate upon. There is some kind of upsetting stuff going on there, and it seemed, again, more exploitive than revelatory. It's the two men, and they're vying to be dubbed.
Revelatory, Chris, would be a ding, please. Thank you. Go ahead.
These guys seem to want to vie to be dubbed Sir Me of Two. Anyway, this was I was disappointed. I thought it was a little tedious, The Last Duel. Again, we're going to move on to something a little more seasonal, I would think. Halloween Kills. It's the second in a trilogy of sequels set decades after the original Halloween slasher movies, starring archetypal scream queen, Jamie Lee Curtis as the plucky small-town gal Laurie Strode, and she was always the most significant potential victim of crazed masked serial killer Michael Myers. No, not SNL and Austin Powers comedy star Mike Myers. Anyway, the early Halloween movies were the work of filmmaker John Carpenter, and he's made some amazing films. And anyway, he teamed up with director David Gordon Green to revive the Halloween franchise with Curtis back as Strode, now a grandma who still fears the long-incarcerated Myers. And the first installment in this revival, which is meant to be a sequel to the first movie, like the 10 Halloween movies in the middle, we're supposed to forget about them. And thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, according to all involved, this is considered the true sequel. I suppose we're supposed to just move on. And the 2018 one was actually pretty good. Classic jump scares, and Curtis as the gray-haired Laurie, Judy Greer as her daughter, and there's a granddaughter, and even Will Patton as Officer Hawkins, a local cop who arrested Myers back in the day, and has to deal with his current-day escape from a prison mental ward. But the second movie, which picks up right when the last film ended, it just was like more of the same. It just was incredibly dull. I mean, after 20 minutes of Halloween Kills, this was one long Halloween night, and I was eager for dawn to break. Anthony Michael Hall is also in this thing as someone who, as a young kid, was terrorized by Myers and wants to get revenge. More death ensues. Oh, my God. I just, if you think
not a fan.
Go into the well once too often, the bloody well. And they're doing it again with a third movie in the trilogy, 2022's Halloween Ends.
I'm sure it'll make money. Yeah.
Halloween Ends? Really? In this case, I hope so. It's in theaters and on Peacock.
Chris, archetypal and plucky are both SAT words, please. And plucky, please. Okay, there you go. Go ahead, Michael. You have one last, if you would, please, last minute or so.
It's the Velvet Underground. Man, I loved the band. Pivotal in terms of...
That's Lou Reed? Was he in there?
Lou Reed, John Cale, Sterling Morrison, Maureen Tucker. Eventually, Doug Yule replaces John Cale. This is done by the filmmaker Todd Haynes, who's made such films as Welcome to the Dollhouse. And this is a pretty... exhaustive documentary about the band and its origins in the 60s, Lou Reed's youth, John Cale's youth, how they all came together under the stewardship of Andy Warhol, who looked at them as some kind of art project, some kind of living art project, and built a whole scene around them along with his factory scene. Yeah. And they were very influential on glam rock, new wave music, and also kind of grunge. They played some wild avant-garde stuff. And, of course, Nico, the German chanteuse, was brought in by Andy Warhol to bring a little glamour to things. And there were conflicts, and it was a short-lived existence for the Velvet Underground, but their impact was long running, and there are a lot of people, including Bowie and Jonathan Richman, who swear by them. And Bowie revived Lou Reed's career as a solo artist when the Velvet Underground broke up. I think the latter part of their lives isn't covered as much as I would have liked, but Todd Haynes obviously loved the Velvet Underground and still loves their music, and this is a lovely tribute to them.
Oh, that's great. You liked it.
I did.
Yeah.
Of the three films, this is the
This
one where
is
I was
Casey Kasem on American Top 40 in
That's
Hollywood.
right. David Bowie actually revived Lou Reed's career as a solo artist. Yes.
All right. So you really like the Velvet Underground.
I like the Velvet Underground. Hey, by the way, one more quick note. If you are a rock and roll fan and in the Bay Area, a documentary, not the Velvet Underground, but it's also playing at the Roxy, the documentary Alex in Russialand, which is about Bay Area musician Alex Carlin, formerly of the Rubenews and Psychotic Pineapple. It's all about his rock and roll odyssey behind what was once the Iron Curtain. And it's an hour-long doc, and he's going to play live as well on Monday at the Roxy at 7 p.m. Alex in Russialand. It was pretty fascinating to see
Very cool.
the face of the youth of what was once the Soviet Union. And this American guy bringing rock and roll to Siberia. I mean, he was bringing it out to the salt mines as well as the cities.
Wow. That's terrific. All right. Well,
This is Casey Kasem on American Top 40 in Hollywood.
As the American guy brought the rock and roll scene to places as far-flung as Siberia.
the last duel, you said no.
No.
Halloween Kills, you said no. No. You liked the Velvet Underground, though. You felt even it could have concentrated on the latter part of the lives of some of these artists involved in the Velvet Underground, but you thought it was really, really good.
Right. It had a really cool 60s art look, and there were multiple images flashing.
Andy
It was like
Warhol's involved. That's really cool. I didn't know about any of that, so I will check that out. Where can I see the Velvet Underground, sir?
The Velvet Underground, I think, is available on there is a streaming access, and it's also in theaters.
Yeah.
Google it.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So, Michael, sorry about the Giants. It was a bummer for all of us, but we appreciate you visiting with us. You can find Michael in the Marina Times. You can also find him on all social media as the Culture Blaster. Michael, until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Michael.
So long.